Hi, this is Mani from BSc to NSE.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Monday first 15-minute range and how to use it to probably trade or even just observe and understand whether a stock is going through a bullish or a bearish trend for the week, and understanding the levels where it may face some resistance or support. So to get started, the first thing you should understand is why the Monday first 15-minute range is very important. So basically, over the weekend, the traders and the investors, they'll get a lot of time to rethink about a particular stock that they're interested in, be it a trader or investor, and they'll be able to reflect on many of the market sentiments, recent numbers that have come. They'll be digesting all that information, looking at the technical chart on a weekly time frame, monthly time frame, on various time frames, and they'll have a lot of time, especially on a weekend, to to think about all that, and they make up their mind subconsciously whether they want to go bullish or bearish on the stock, right? And of course, some people will choose to hold and not do anything with the stock. So people who end up acting, they either act towards buying or selling. So they make up their mind and they just go and mostly stick to that stance through the week. So as soon as Monday the market opens, the first 15-minute range sets the panic reaction between both the buyer and seller. So the eventual breakout on Monday is more important than other days of the week, purely because of this reason. So whichever side it breaks out, it means that either the buyers eventually win or the sellers eventually win, and most likely it sets the trend for rest of the week, unless there's some fresh news or results or an event coming up which can change in the middle of the week also. Okay, so again, many stocks, I mean not all stocks will probably break out in a strong faction. Some may break out after quite a while, meaning a breakout may not happen always before 10 a.m. So by the first 15-minute range, I mean 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on Monday. So the range gets created. And if a breakout happens before 10 a.m., it means that there's a very strong breakout, that either the buyers or sellers are extremely determined to with their views, or the ratio of buyers to sellers is relatively significant that it breaks out before 10 a.m. So sometimes a stock may just trade within the range till noon, or it may break out only after post noon, which is relatively a weaker breakout. So, and again, you will understand this as you observe the charts more and more, right? So the third point here is going long on stocks which has been bullish over the last 2 years. For example, companies like Eicher, Maruti, and these have been traditionally bullish companies which have been more bullish than other companies typically. So on these companies, rather than taking a negative breakout, taking a positive breakout will improve the odds. Similarly, there'll be companies which have been bearish. For example, telecom companies have been bearish over the last 2 years, like Arcom, Idea. So some of these stocks which have been bearish over the last 2 years. So on those stocks, you should probably only take the negative breakout, not the positive breakout. So again, this is just a common saying, and you can have your own set of rules and you can tweak around these rules. So this is just an idea so that it can help you learn, and it can help you think in a different way, or a different perspective to what you may already know. So the fifth point is going with the index direction will improve the odds. So the same breakout will eventually happen in Nifty and Bank Nifty also, either on its own respective first 15-minute range, either on the upside or on the downside. So if it's making an upside breakout and you are going long on a bullish stock which is also broken out on its first 15-minute thing on a Monday, then it even more improves the odds of success. So this is all just the theory part. You should again paper trade this, and for quite a while, at least minimum 10 trades, and get comfortable with it before you actually start trading and risking your hard-earned capital. So let me show you a few examples this week. Again, this week has been a little bit of a roller coaster week, wherein the markets have moved back and forth here and there. So so this is a chart of Maruti, and you can see this is a 15-minute candle. The chart is, each candle represents 15 minutes time. So the first candle on the left you can see is a red candle. So the upper range and the lower range marks the first 15-minute range. So this is between 9,350 and somewhere between 9,275, right? So what happens is, this being a bullish stock, like I said earlier, it does a negative breakout in the morning. So you should not take the negative breakout, because this being a bullish stock, you should probably look out for only the positive breakout. Okay, so morning it does eventually break down, and the markets have been reasonably bullish. Even Nifty was on a constant upward movement. So Monday it did break down, but eventually it breaks out post noon. And as soon as you can see this positive breakout is what you should look to trade. So once it breaks out on the upside, by Monday closing price, it is closing well above the Monday first 15-minute range, the morning range in the first 15 minutes. So it establishes a bullish trend by close of Monday session. So you can either take a trade. Ideally, it's better probably to wait till end of Monday. And like I said, I'm probably going to change the dashboard that I have in BSE to NSE a little bit more, and I'll probably also do a follow-up video later. After I practice this for quite a while and share how it goes. So once Monday it breaks out and sustains the positive momentum, Tuesday it further rallies. Wednesday, of course, if it eventually drops here because of the result, and results was not satisfying enough for the investors. So results is a major event, and it can turn down the trend totally. But again, you can see as soon as it cracks the 15-minute range on the results day, it further drops a lot, mostly because of the results, and eventually it consolidates on the upper range of the Monday range. So it drops rapidly till this point, and then it consolidates. So this is where people eventually book profits. So people who went short on that day, so they take this range to book profits. So let me take another example chart. This is Idea, which is a bearish stock, and I've marked on the left. You can see the first 15-minute range created by Idea. On a Monday, in fact, it breaks upward. Like I said, again, on a bearish stock, you need not trade the upward breakout. And eventually on Tuesday, it breaks down. Tuesday, by end of the day, it closes below the Monday 15-minute range. And Wednesday, it further drops from 55 rupees to almost 53.5, which is a close to 2 to 3% drop. And then Thursday, it consolidates, but it's still below the 51st 15-minute lower range, so the stock may continue to be bearish on Friday. So this is just an example, and let me show you how I've set up the dashboard on bse2nse.com. Go to the home page, bse2nse.com, and the top right, on the right side corner, you have dashboard links. Here, intraday futures, and let me come down here. Yes. So this is the dashboard that I have of the first 15 minutes dashboard. So I capture the first 15 minutes low price and high price here, and the current price gets updated. So this is the dashboard of futures. So all the prices that you see here is the futures price, and you can see that the top of the table, the upper half of the table, these are all bullish stocks: HDFC Bank, Bajaj Finance, Maruti, Bajaj Finance, Godrej Consumer, Britannia, Pidilite. And at the middle I have Nifty and Bank Nifty, and then at the lower half of the table are a set of bearish stocks over the last 2 years. So currently the list of, I'm just tracking for 16 stocks, 8 stocks on bullish, 8 stocks on bearish alone. So I'm probably planning to modify this to be a dynamic table, wherein I'm planning to only list bullish stocks which have broken out before 10 a.m. on Monday morning. Similarly, bearish stocks which have broken down before 10 a.m. on the lower side, So currently, if you see on the top, on the right side of the table, I'm marking risk column. This risk is assuming if you go long on the stock and if you use the stop loss as, the first 15-minute range low. For example, I forgot to mention this. Let's say in case of Maruti, and let's say you go long here on the upside breakout, the lower range becomes the stop loss while you go long here. And once you're into the profit zone, you can start pushing the stop loss higher based on the respective day's 15-minute range low if you want to be very aggressive. So the initial stop loss will be the Monday 15-minute low for if you go long, and vice versa if you go short. So I've marked the risk column, risk also involved in the trade here. As the stock rallies further and further, the risk will go up, because if you make a fresh entry there, then you will probably need to have a much higher risk component here. So, and I've marked as whether bearish or neutral or bullish. So it's neutral if the stock price is between the 15-minute range. Again, like I said, since I'm using a static set of stocks here, I'm currently only looking at these 8 stocks. So it can be either bearish or neutral or bullish. So probably in 1 week's time, I'm planning to upgrade this dashboard in a way wherein among the bullish set of stocks, I'm going to list only stocks which break out on the upside before 10 a.m. Similarly, on the bearish stocks, only stocks which are broken down lower before 10 a.m. and Nifty and Bank Nifty will be listed. So you can also see whether Nifty and Bank Nifty is bullish or bearish. Yesterday was the RBI event, and post RBI event, both Nifty and Bank Nifty have turned bearish. So I'll be gradually updating the dashboard, fine tuning it probably over the next 1 month, and probably I'll make a follow-up video of this strategy. In the meantime, continue to paper trade, and you're welcome to share feedback on this strategy. Remember that this is an idea that you need to start working on so that you can learn. And before you put your hard-earned money to the trade, make sure that you're really comfortable with it. Otherwise, don't put your money in it. So just keep it for a learning purpose. And subscribe to our channel. Continue to stay in touch with us. And that's it. Thank you. Bye bye.